Now go virtual. James Daly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pritchard. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. And these are two very, very important petitions, but essentially deal with the same matter. And it's this legal fact that there is no legal requirement on veterinarians, local authorities, or highways agencies to scan dog or cat microchips in any circumstances. And both petitions are variations of legal problems that flow from that fact. Now, I will confine my remarks in the main to Tuck's law for some reasons I will outline in a second. But in terms of Fern's law, which I fully support, I won't add to what other honourable members have said, but I don't think the Minister will be unsuspecting of what I'm about to say, in that Fern's law calls for the introduction, asks for it to be made compulsory to scan and check all microchips to reunite stolen dogs and cats. Gizmo's law is requesting that similar legislation be brought in for deceased cats, for deceased pets. And I would urge my honourable friend, and I know she's the most fantastic minister, if I can say that on these issues, that Gizmo's law be given due consideration at the earliest opportunity, which I know I say to the minister every single opportunity I meet her in and outside of the chamber. But Gizmo's law is an important part of the animal legislation that this government, I believe, should be bringing forward. Now, like many other members, I am a dog owner. My friend is Bertie, my 16-month-old black lab. And I don't know what I'd do without Bertie, but Tug was a 16-month-old rescue dog, so the same age as my dog. And sadly, Tug was destroyed on the 22nd of December 2017. This debate comes along from that event, that sacrifice. And Tug was in a position where he was not scanned prior to euthanasia, and his rescue backups were not contacted or notified of his death, even though he had full rescue backup registered on his microchip and the original database. When one considers that fact, it only required the microchip to be scanned for the rescue backup to be contacted, for Tug to be saved. I think that highlights the importance of this legislation. Now, I have worked with Sue Williams, Dawn Ashley, Dominic Dyer. I introduced a private member's bill in the last session, which sadly fell, on Tuck's law. But I decided to make either the final remarks or the remarks I want to make about Tuck's law their words, because they are the passionate campaigners who've driven this campaign forward. They are the people who've gone and got over 100,000 signatures in their desire to protect animals. So what is a rescue backup registration on a microchip? Rescue organisations register their details on the original database as a secondary contact as part of the adoption contract. In times of vulnerability, the secondary contact is there to protect the animal from being unnecessarily euthanized and to alert the veterinarian that an alternative is in place. What is rescue backup? Once an animal is adopted and rehomed, the rescue remains a presence in their lives, offering rescue backup to the adopter for the duration of the pet's life. The rescue is available for advice, and should the adopter no longer be able to care for the animal, the rescue will support them and find an alternative new home. And I suspect for these reasons, and why I'm delighted that Tuck's law has therefore been included in the government's action plan for animals, and I thank the Minister and the government for that. In finishing my remarks, I would just like to point out some concerns that the Tuck's Law campaign have. I know the Minister is aware of these, but I think they bear repeating. The Tuck's Law campaign, as ever, continue to lobby government to ensure that all microchip details are confirmed, including the rescue backup contact details for the rescue organisation on the original database prior to the euthanasia of a healthy or treatable animal. The Tuck's Law campaign also requests that any identified rescue backup details, once confirmed, are registered on veterinarian practice databases, including the rescue organisation's contact details. And should the animal ever be in a vulnerable position, the veterinarians agree to communicate with the rescue or second contact prior to the euthanasia of the healthy or treatable animal. There is a concern, obviously we've heard that there's been real positive steps with DEFRA, the RCVS and BVA to prevent unnecessary euthanasia in dogs. However, the Tuck's campaign is dedicated to ensuring that all lives are not unnecessarily lost. They consider that the commitment in its current form and as guidance does not go far enough. The Tuxed Law campaign believe that the omission of the word treatable in the recent change in the RCVS Code of Conduct leaves many animals still at risk, and whilst there is appreciation that the BVA has concerns regarding the levels of intervention that the veterinarian profession is willing to undertake, when the life of any animal is at risk, then those steps should be taken. This is a subject that I could speak on for a long time, but it is a subject rooted in common sense, rooted in legality, rooted in a desire of all our constituents to ensure that no healthy animal, like Tuck, like Bertie, like the pets honourable members have talked about, are ever for any reason, whether that be through theft, through loss, are ever in a position where they lose their lives through no fault of their own, when a rescue backup is in place to help them, to protect them, to ensure they continue to be the constant companions that we all value and treasure as part of our everyday lives. Thank you very much.